Yo, starting a little late.
Like I'm stuck promise for something. Sometimes mama said if they hit you, I work too much, nigga. That's how I raised. I've been cut off the front. Not a fan of father. Take me and way shopping.
Get the vibe, you know, like the same thing.
The helping undercovers that like Thanksgiving Day.
Get the crab out.
So play.
Exactly. That's what I'm trying to. All right, big homie, I got
Make sure you tell them everything. Make sure you see up on that email. Talk that one, say it in detail. Mention that new CC back and people.
Yeah, I should say, hold up.
you. Yeah.
I should say, hold up. Salute, King.
Yeah, how you doing, boss? How you feeling?
Ain't saying it, man. What a motherfucking day, bro. I see you on that medication, man. Getting nice and inebriated.
For sure, man. I was waiting for you. I was like, man, I don't want to get too hot. I don't want to get too faded before I get in here. I was like, let me wait. Let me wait, hold on.
I appreciate you 1000% too, bro. And pardon me on the delay. I want to say that too.
No problem, yo. I appreciate you as well taking the time out. You know what I mean? How was work?
It wasn't too bad, man. It just was Friday, so you know, motherfucker be trying to get up out of there, B. Wasn't too
Yeah,
bad. No, just got it done. You know, on this chicken, man, I'm on the move, got a lot of plans going. So, you know, my mindset is if I gotta be up and not doing what I want to do, I need to be getting paid. So that's where I be at with it, Purdy. So if I ain't getting busy doing what I love to do or taking care of family and shit, I'm getting to the chicken.
for sure, for sure. Honestly, yo, when you get older, you really understand. You get that balance a little bit more. You understand there really ain't no other way for real. You know what I mean? Even
That's
even
a
with
fact.
the music, you know what I mean. I speak about it a lot recently. Back in the day, they made you feel like, you know what I mean. It was hustle and flow. You gonna buy a mic,
Hmm.
and you gonna make this song, and it's just going. Everybody gonna love it. You know what I mean? And it's nah,
Yeah,
it's some bread that go in there. You know what I mean?
yeah, I mean, it's all investment, bro. I'm sure you understand it as well, along with the the financial part that comes with it. It's also like the dedication that you gotta have to craft and not only a skill, but now it's been like migrated to transforming into you gotta have your brand right. Everything gotta be protected and IPs and all of that. So it's a learning curve for everybody on the independent realm. You know what I mean? We all learning as we go. At least that's where I'm at with it.
Yeah, same here, same here. But it's a good thing that it's even something and things out there to learn,
That's
and
a
it's
fact
not as held to the chest as it was before. You know what I mean?
for sure.
So, first of all, where you from?
I'm from the BX, man.
Okay, okay.
BX born and raised. I'm over here trying to share these joints too.
Got no issues.
So yeah, man. BX born and raised Lincoln Hospital, bro. Like, but as far as where hip hop goes, you know, I've been doing this since I was a kid. You know what I mean? Just just trying to be great. And you know, I'm from the '80 baby era as far as you know, like break dancing at the block parties, coming up with dance routines and shit, and being behind the tape with a DJ as DJ, and watching what they do, being fascinated by it, wanting to DJ as a kid, break dance, wanting to do it all. You know what I'm saying? So it's just been
Yeah,
all productive. You know what I mean?
I'm definitely understand you on that one. Being into it straight from the rip. You ain't straight into my first question because that's what I was going to ask you. What got you into hip hop at first or whatever? What's your first verse that you remember?
Wow. First verse, that's a hard one, no funnies. Like, because I'm thinking about, because my rapping name used to be K Boogie. So I used to have like KBOOGIE type of rhymes like back in the days. You know how you had the double time flow and all of
Yeah,
that.
yeah.
So it's been a long time. I could tell you this. My first rhyme that I wrote, I was like maybe eight, 8 or 9 years old, and I was Dougie Fresh was out at the time. It's a song, ain't no half stepping. Long short of it, though, I thought Dougie Fresh was mad cool back then, and so I kind of like said, "Oh, if he could do it, I could do it." That's kind of got inspired to actually write my first rhyme. My pop seen it. He was like, "Boy, what you know about getting laid, sipping lemonade?" And I'm like, "I don't know." In my mind, I'm saying that's what I heard Dougie Fresh say. And so he was
Yeah.
like, "Yo, boy, you better watch how you write. If you're gonna do this, you got to make sure you do this right and know how to not curse, because you're gonna get your ass in trouble." So from then, I already had to have in my mind, okay, I got to have a broad vocabulary. And so from there, that's when I started being able to say, okay, how do I use all of these words and things that I'm learning and make it make sense in rhythm form? Big Daddy Kane was a big part of that. KRS-One, ultimately, of course. And of course, you know, just having, you know, music that makes sense and that's speaking to something. So I had those kind of influences early.
Yeah, that's fine. And I was honestly going to ask you who inspired you the most, so probably within the Big Daddy Kane range,
Hmm.
like area. So you were most definitely the earlier,
Yeah,
not the earlier
bro.
phases of hip hop, but pretty much the earlier phases of
I think
what we consider
that
as rap.
as MCing for me,
Yeah.
like, because yeah, rap was rap, right? Then we talking about Sugar Hill Gang and all of that, right? It
Okay,
was
so
rap.
yeah, there we go. Yeah, we on the same page
We
then. Like there
talking
is a
about
difference.
that
Yeah,
pen
there is a difference.
working, and shout out to Grandmaster Caz because he was a lyricist, one of the first who got his rhyme stolen by his manager Hank, and that's how they got that Sugar Hill Gang song. I didn't know that till mad years later that was stolen rhymes, and it broke my heart, bro. Because I know hip hop, man. I know the first rap song, and didn't know that shit fucked me up.
I learned that song, I believe. Do you remember when they redid it? I first heard it when they redid it. It was like Busta Rhymes or somebody else on it. This
Oh,
was
talk
like
about that cola. Oh, no, no,
they
no,
like
no.
they redid the Sugar Hill beat. I don't remember who was on it. This was like early 2000s, late 90s. They wound up redoing it, but we were playing it all the time.
Right.
And sure enough, you know, my pops, he came
Came
over
to school
with his
you on it like,
yeah, yeah, you know.
let me put you
Man, look,
on, youngin.
let me put you on to this for real since you feel like you know
You think
something.
that's fly, huh? Let me show you something.
Yeah,
Yeah, man.
let me show you what it came from. So he most definitely schooled me to it. It was happy
Sure,
too. It was happy too. That's
sure, bro. That
right.
fucked me up. As an MC, I said, niggas was biting from the beginning? Oh, nobody did nothing about this?
From
This is
the
atrocity. Yeah, bro, but like we talking about Big Daddy Kane's. He was the one that made me almost not want to rhyme with that supercalifragilisticexpialidocious and all of that. I'm like, oh nah, knowledge of self, all that. Of course, Rakim. I already mentioned KRS. Like inspired to do it on like uh I would say like, yo, this is the epitome of, I would say, street fame is when I seen Nas drop his first album, and I was in the Bronx, just growing up, and I just remember going anywhere, the park, to the store, school, and hearing that album playing everywhere. And it was like you wasn't in the loop if you didn't know at least one of those songs word for word. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah,
every
that had to
car
be a
had that
time.
Nas album, and that was like the epitome of New York energy, beats and rhymes. First person to ever be compared to like the new coming of Rakim. So it just like it spoke to us. It spoke to us differently, especially as kids. Just and being a fan of MCing. You know what I mean? I know I wasn't the greatest, but as I got more into it, my thing was, oh, I gotta get nice. Oh, I gotta take this serious. Oh, this ain't just about getting girls. This is about respect. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
It's, uh, it's layers. It's layers to this. Like I kind of hate where the game has went um, in its entirety. And I know I say that as somebody trying to promote and push myself, but it's not about commercialism for me. That's not my main drive. You know what I mean? A lot of niggas will fault me for that. Like, you not in it for the money? No. Like, I never rapped for the money. When I got into it and loved it, it was about respect and doing what you got to do and just repping who you are, what you represent, and knowing that you stay in a position where you're doubted. Hip hop wasn't mainstream when I got introduced to it. So it was considered like the rebel music. It was our shit that the mainstream wasn't respecting, that you wasn't going to see there. So it felt like it still belonged to us. And, culturally, it meant something different for me from its conception in my mind, in my world. So now where it's like, yo, you got to, oh, that shit got to go viral, kid. And I'm like, that's not the energy that I'm driven by. You know what I mean? So yeah, and at the end of the day, bro, I gotta eat regardless, whether it's from rap or it's from, doing something else, bro. So yeah, I just kind of got to that place where you you know gotta kind of maneuver in a space where do you feel welcome at, bro, where you feel like, okay, is the tribe and avenue you need to be in. Because if you moving like how these people that got machines behind them moving and you following that kind of blueprint, yeah, it's easy for MCs to just say, man, I'm done with this shit. Man. This ain't for me, man. Niggas is hating. You know, niggas ain't respecting it because I don't got 1,000 views in front of it. You know what I mean? Shit got wacky.
uh, it's funny that you said that. It's honestly one of the biggest conversations I have with my little brother
Mm-hmm.
all the time. Is that balance,
For sure.
depending on what your objective is. You know what I mean? The reality of it is, yeah. Like I was saying, even to the guy when I was talking the other day when I do music, a lot of the stuff that I put on TikTok and stuff, we doing freestyles. I'm doing something where as though I'm getting off of work, I'm catching the
Right.
vibe, I throw something on, boo, 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 and I run it out. There's the thing of maybe when you get to a certain age or even just a certain point in your life, there's realizations of real life situations as far as where you're going to get, where your productivity is compared to what your style is, even the type
Correct.
of person you are, what you're willing to sacrifice, whether it be you're not a people person. So if you're not a people person, you're saying, okay, I'm going to go against my nature and say, let
Yeah,
me put
yeah. I'm
myself
a
in the mix of everything
high.
just because I want you to like this, or you get to the point where you accept that, okay, there's people like me, so they're going to be that group that I'm hitting, and it's going to be less than if I do, you know what I mean? But then that level of understanding and accepting it, so you don't get to that point that you were saying, where you sitting back and being the mad rapper.
Right, right. Fuck all
No,
of y'all. Fuck everybody.
I am. Fuck y'all fucking with them over. It's like, yo, these niggas are doing some shit that you're not really trying to do. Like, chill the fuck out. You know what I mean? But then on the other shoe as well, what are you there for? I tell the my one homeboy that be on here, he like, man, I don't like drill. I'm like, I don't fault none of it. If you come into it and you think I'm trying to get paid, then get paid. But then if you come out with a couple bars that be like, yo, I'm the nicest rapper, all right, now I'm on your head a little bit different. Now I'm listening to your lyrics and I'm going to critique you a little bit different. But
Right.
if you say you're there for the money, then yeah, be there for the money. You know what I mean?
But then make me dance. You know what I'm saying? Make me dance. Nigga, you here for the money and you here for the all right, but entertain me that way. I'm entertained by content, subject, lyrical wordplay, metaphors, and stuff that I could think about where I feel like I could hear it again and be like, "Ooh, I didn't catch that bar like that this time," or "Oh, nah, that resonates different because that's some real shit, not just relatable, but digestible in a way where it may open your eyes to something different, or it may see like, damn, I wouldn't have worded it that way. That was ill how he worded that." And that's how our language come about too. You know what I mean? And I really I appreciate the actual art form, the actual creating and being creative. If I could sing, I'll be a singing, rapping ass nigga too, but that's not in my repertoire, bro. I tried to sing, it ain't rocking me
Hey,
to me.
bro, if you hit me on my joints, I throw the distortion on it real quick. You hit me, bro.
Yeah,
I throw a distortion on the hum real quick.
because
I gotta get it out though. I gotta get it out, yo.
and I ain't mad at that. I ain't
I
mad
gotta
at
get
that
it
if you
out.
feel it. Like I got joints where I'm doing harmony and all of that, but it's for a purpose. Like back to our point too. Like what you always gotta try your best to remember your purpose in this. You know what I mean? Even if it's just a form of expressing yourself and getting your shit off. No freaky. It's like remember your purpose so that way you can continue to feel, I guess, attached to your progress or process. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Not easy.
not at all. I think that's one of the biggest parts that you said that you just hit on is honestly, yeah, being attached to the whole process of it. You
Right.
know what I mean? Being attached to the whole process, even the mixing, even for myself, sometimes one of the biggest things that's ever helped me was just doing the stuff on my own so I can learn the lingo. So if you do step in the studio, you can actually relay the information that you're trying to pass on
Mm-hmm.
to the engineer. And you're not just sitting there being like, give me the fishbowl sound. You
Hey,
know
I
what I
need
mean?
that drink effect. Hey, put that auto tune on my joint in the beginning. Yeah, yeah, yeah. And you don't know exactly how it goes about. I want this voice distorted, having that ability to, how some people go to the studio and it's just to hang out. You know what I mean? And catch a vibe. Nah, man, this is getting paid for. I'm coming here to lay something down and okay, while this motherfucker engineering the shit, yo, bro. Anybody shout out to Rob, the homie Wilston, like all the studios I've been to all over New York City. Like I come in, I slap you, there's money in the hand. That's a transaction right there. Boom. As soon as I come through the door, I slap you with the bread. I'm ready to set me up whenever you're ready and just get to it. So, like, me being in the studio, I'm asking questions, yo, how this, and I'm watching how they do it. So now that I have the ability to now do my own shit and have the equipment to learn, it made it real easier for me, I would say, because it's like now it's like, oh, I remember this or this. And I'm from the era of where I used to, record songs off the radio with the tape deck
Yeah.
and make my own instrumentals off of this, or stop it, play it back. So that speed and that timing is always there from the banging on the tables. It all resonated to where I am now. So like I can't stop it, man. Until I can, I'm gonna keep doing this.
You said something about lyrical intent or your intent with your
Mm-hmm.
lyrics. So we got the song "We Got 'Em" that you put out.
Mm-hmm.
Do you remember
Yeah.
it? All right.
Yes.
Uh, line says, "See, you didn't gone." Or are you talking directly to anyone specifically, or are you rapping?
So that that is just rapping. I'm gonna give you. I guess yeah, I could share the story more or less. Like those bars is from when I was in the penitentiary, and I'm talking about like 2008. Um, I was with some peoples, and we was able to record and make music while we was in there, and that was one of the joints I kind of had, and just like I always fucked with it. I like the bars and just I go back into my notebook. I got some joints somewhere. I ain't gonna be so it's no capping. These is like '08, 2008 notebooks. You know what I'm saying? With lyrics and shit like that. Um, just pen to pad. We talking about these joints is older than my last daughter. You know what I mean? But it was one of those joints that I like. I know pen wise, I took the time and crafting it. And I sometimes like as a writer yourself, like you get familiar with a song that you wrote enough to where you can maybe freak it on any beat, on any
Yeah,
kind
yeah,
of
yeah.
vibe. You know what I'm saying? So it was one of those archive joints. Like once I put the beat together, um, and I just was like, going through the files. Let's see what I would go into this pocket. I'm like, oh, nah, okay. And then of course, up to date, the feeling and energy of a couple bars I had to like flip. I even gave myself a pause in one of the lines because I realized, yeah, that was crazy. But they were old bars that just felt right to the production. You know what I mean? So it's one of my favorite songs on the project too. I ain't expect you to do that either. That was fire.
So to ask you this about your lyrics, have you ever ran into any issues with situations like that? I'm gonna speak for myself.
Mm-hmm.
Um, from being a writer and stuff like that, I've had people kind of maybe not kind of expose themselves from my bars, where I'm literally just writing. I'm not thinking about anybody specific.
Like denounce you type shit.
Somebody girlfriend hears the song that's out, says something
Mm-hmm.
to her boyfriend, like, is he talking about you?
Mm-hmm.
Your homeboy's coming back to
Tricky,
you like, yo, who you were talking about in that one? And you kind
tricky.
of like, now you're looking back at the bar. Nigga stabbing me in my back. They on some fake shit. Why would this nigga be
Yeah,
asking me? Why would you even feel like you need to ask me?
word like that.
This is
That was
you.
that there. Yeah,
Have you
that
ever
that.
had anything like that?
Well, not like
Well,
that,
maybe with a girlfriend
but
even.
so it's never been about particularly a girl. Now, mind you, I could be candid, and yes, I've had like my lady, like yo, who you talking about? And
Yes.
and that kind of contents, like, oh, that ain't about me. And I could be like, yeah, it's not about you. It's actually a fictional story. Like if I was making a script to a movie or a TV show, some things are for entertainment purely. Like it's a lot of songs. And I'll be honest and say this on the live. I didn't kill 1,000 niggas,
Yeah.
but I might have a song where 1,000 niggas die. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. He's a
I
rap.
might kill some crackers too.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like it's not about um everything like the moniker of every lyric gotta be real. No, you're not tricking me. On top of that, like that's not what the art form is mandatedly based on. It's about the craft of skills, telling stories and being able to make your words visual. That's how it's always been for me. I think of Coogee Rap, Road to the Riches and Brother on the Run, KRS-One, Love's Gonna Get You. So many stories, even in the message. Broken glass everywhere, right? You could see it even if you're not there or living it, like you can get the picture. So the formal storytelling, shout to Outkast too, they're great storytellers as well. But yeah, like I'll give you a little brief one, like it's gonna sound, just bear with me while we got time and shit. So I, I remember being up top, right? I was in Fishkill doing time and shit, and we were able to record at the time. Long short of it, I had a situation in the unit that was I was housing in because I was like running a program organization. And long short of it, motherfuckers ain't like the shit that I was presenting. a part of the organization. So niggas put a shank in my cell and call the boys on me.
Yeah, nigga said you were.
Fast forward, because of like the integrity and the kind of handle that I've built within the facility, the pigs that was there knew that's not my handle. Like if it was mine, it wouldn't have been messy like that, how it found it right where it was, you know what I'm saying? They could obviously tell that this was something funny behind it. So of course, you know, it was like, yo, you got beef with somebody? And I'm like, nah, but I know in my mind, niggas wanted to trick me up out of this shit, and they know like on that aggressive level wasn't the right play. So let's try to finesse this nigga up out the spot. And long short of it, I wrote a rhyme about how I felt niggas snaked me. You know what I'm saying? Niggas that I was in this unit with, and we supposed to be, you know, comrades, and y'all would actually do this. I'm a nigga getting trailer visits. I'm doing my right thing, you know, doing my music shit. Like, niggas try to violate. So fast forward, I wrote a song about it, got to record it. Some of the peoples that I was doing music with, they had different directions, and they felt like some of it might have been shade toward them. So I've had situations where I had to, like, homies was like, yo, what's that joint right there? What's that one about? And I had to break it down for them type shit, but not about no, hey, you talk about my bitch, homie? Nah, never that, bro.
No, no.
that
But once
would have
again,
been crazy.
I said it more so because a lot of times for me, it's been situations where the dude don't feel that way. It takes for somebody to bring something to him. You know what I mean? The outside force
Right.
to hear something to
Playing
kind of be like,
and shit,
yeah.
yeah.
So I use that, but yeah, that's most definitely the lines of what we're talking about.
But
Yeah.
yeah, man, we all kind of been in those kind of situations where sometimes a motherfucker think too highly of himself in your vision. Like, respectfully, this is my vision. This wasn't about you.
This is my movie. Why do you feel like you're
Yeah,
the main character?
yeah. You not starring lead in this scene right here. This is just a scene about Debbie. Oh, you know what I mean? Whatever, like, you know, whatever. A lot of times too, I try to explain to people that actually listen. Like, I try to listen to what the music tell me to do when it comes to music, and that's why I have a lot of diverse songs in different bags. I'm not kind of one lane written kind of dude. Like, I'm not all for the ladies, and I'm not all just hard bars, metaphor, lyrical, miracle stuff. It's about great songs and what fit the energy to make a person that may come across it the first time to be like, not everything was synergetic. You know what I mean? And that's what it's about a lot of times for me as a person that's a fan and participant of this shit. You know what I mean?
I like that. I like that. Um,
You
what would you say your overall mission is? Like
that's a good
your
one.
overall objective and what you're doing with music right now. You know what I mean? What would you say your overall objective is?
Honestly, I kind of want to be like, I really want to curate albums and artists and songs for other people, because I'm inspired by the craft of making music a lot. I love that feeling of starting with an 8-second sample or something 4 seconds and turning it into a whole song, and now it has a pulse. And you know, having the opportunity to work with other artists, write for other artists, you know, create songs for people. I've created songs for my kids. You know what I mean? Hooks, and I can't sing, but I can write songs. So just having, you know, people sing to those lyrics and the feeling, and just have an idea come to life feels very godly to me. So I love to create. So part of the big picture is just, you know, you know, when it's all said and done, I would love to be in the range of like hip hop Quincy Jones, curating symphonies and projects with, you know, people that see the see the greatness in the pen and the vision of, this art of creating. So all in due time. So in the process is just, putting my ranks, because I got a lot of shit to say. I've been doing this for a very long time. So, just as I develop more and learn, just try to, bring more people that are like-minded and passionate about the creating and being great shit in the fold. And I just want to fuck with people that fuck with me, plain and simple, bro. And let's just take it to where it needs to go, wherever we get it. Wherever it goes, whoever go through the door and maneuver their way through it, because I can't really say, like, I've been rapping, and I've been rapping good for a long time. And I say that respectfully, not just because I've heard it all of my life, but I believe it. And sometimes, through your journey as an artist, you get questioned, and sometimes you may feel questioned about, am I good enough, or or is it worth it? You know what I'm saying? So it's my lady calling me. I have to tell her hit me back. But yeah, almost like a catalog or a library of music and different things and different genres, working with different people. I want to have the music portfolio that says, oh, this guy was a savant in the game. That's really my goal. So I never, y'all want to have a platinum album, I want a Grammy. That shit don't really mean nothing to me, bro. I'm sorry, like, and that's maybe why, like, I don't know, like, I don't have a big team of believers behind me. I'm not money driven by it.
Is the sound back? One moment. Is the sound back, man?
Oh, we
My
back?
lady
We
put
back?
it. Yeah, I'm
Yeah, I'm running
asking.
my mouth and I was on mute. My bad. My bad, bro. Yeah, my wife was calling me and shit. Long short of it, bro. Um, yeah, it's about me working with artists that want to work with me, and part of the experience is I want to have my music, when it's all said and done, in a variety of spaces and a variety of audiences of people where they say this guy was a music savant when it was all said and done. This guy did R&B well, he did hip hop well, he did pop well, he did country. You know what I mean? He had verses on this. He did gospel. He did conscious motivating. He had the hardest of bars. Like, it's an art form for me. So I want a picture of everything. You know what I mean? And so that's the main thing. I never was the guy that wanted to be the highest paid rapper. That won't drive my pen. You know what I mean? That won't drive my ambition. I'm driven by the respect of the craft of it. And I know I have to present my shit a certain way in order to get that respect. So yeah, I got my IP for my music. And yeah, when I post my shit, I make sure I know where and who's playing it. And I always make sure I salute them and thank them for sharing or listening. Because, it's a privilege too to be heard. A lot of times we might think, yeah, I'm nice and you should like me and jack me. I don't take that for granted either. My time is precious. So that's why I take my pen and my craft serious. Like, some things are about me, but when I'm presenting shit, I know I gotta think like a person that wants to be entertained or intrigued by it. So a lot of times I add my fandom into my work, and I feel like I'm getting better, bro. Because you know why? I don't give a fuck about mainstream or chasing behind that identity of what a successful artist is. That shit is, and I know that's Fukaka because I've been around guys that's supposed to be them guys, and it's not really like that. That's a job for them. You know what I mean? And a lot of times, man, it's stressful too. I'm sure you've done shows. I'm sure you performed a lot of places. I'm sure you might have had a manager at some point do your tender. Like, I
My
mean,
manager. Yeah, my
trust me,
manager.
bro. Like, is layers to that process as well. It's layers to having your own label. It's labels. It's layers to working with artists. There's layers to being professional in the process too. When you're working with people, you know what I mean. I learned a lot of lessons. I could tell my personal shit to the like, kind of like a lot of these layers. I've been on it just on a not mainstream, bro. Like, it's really about um for me, like I've been feeling like coming from the Bronx too, and being a street dude and having a certain past that it's not always welcomed by everybody. Uh, I never felt I had to fit in. It was always about bringing people into my bag. This is my zone. This is how I give it up. And I think once I locked in on really not giving a fuck about the noise, shit started to feel beautiful, bro. So that's why I still do this shit and inspired to be better, do fly shit. Oh, let me try to do this, or you know what, and create, bro. Like, I'm not waiting on nobody. When I die, or motherfuckers come to me 10 years from now, hey man, you ain't doing what? You see how much I got? Look on that. You see how much shit that's there? You see how much I left out there for me? And it's one of the things too, like the biggest benefit, my 12-year-old is like my biggest fan. She be spitting lines. I be like, oh shit, she know my boss. You know what I mean? So it's like the people that close, they know I'm fire. They know I love this shit. And it's just about being around people that get the greatness and that want to be great. And that's, you know what I mean? It's fucking take over me.
Um, Me and my brother were talking the other day, kind of reminiscing or whatever about how it was when we were growing up. And we were remembering how we used to have these big family reunions
Mm-hmm.
every summer. And it would kind of be a thing that everybody would kind of make a big deal about going out of the way to get to.
Copy.
And then when we start thinking about it or whatever, we start to realize the reason we don't have them anymore is because those people are kind of passed away, the older ones that people will go out of the way for.
Mm-hmm.
Then to furthermore kind of realize that we are that generation now as well. The age that
Yeah,
my
man.
uncles were that were there having the barbecues, we're that age now. Do you feel a sense of responsibility to kind of push the genre forward? Your respective area of hip hop, especially since the listening space isn't but so large, to kind of give a space where maybe some of the kids could have that breakdancing feeling, because I don't feel that those spaces are actually available now like they were when we were coming up.
I agree on that 1,000%, and I'm gonna try to give the um, YouTube short version of it, cause it's layered to me, bro. Like, outside of really loving the art form and its true essence of what it's done for me, cause it starts with what hip hop has done for me, right?
Right.
Like how I've grown attached to this art form and form of expression, right? Um, it really tells me that what it did for me, it gave me inspiration in moments and places in my life where I didn't understand necessarily what was the right decision or how things were supposed to be, or why is this happening? Why is these things in front of me? Why do my conditions look like this? Music and hip hop kind of always brought more understanding. I always learned something. You know what I mean? When I listened to certain artists, and I was always inspired by that. Even with Wu-Tang and the Cuban Link album, like, it wasn't I would say the most conscious project, right? But we know what Wu represented, and we know that the consciousness of being knowledgeable, having knowledge of self, and just being conscious of who you are in this United States of America and where we come from and what we really are supposed to be. I always felt that that torch needed to be carried on, because we all started to think and move like capitalists. Like hip hop was never predicated on being a part of. It was always about us being ourselves and not being a part of oppressive energy or capitalism or being for sale. We always out the hip hop I knew was telling me those days are over. You know what I'm saying? Now everybody's for sale for the bag. And yeah, you almost sound like a goofy or a nigga want to say you broke talking like that, but I'm living good. And I'm not driven by capitalism. I'm not driven by, you know, I gotta be at top and I gotta make more money in order to fuck with you, or you know what I mean? It's just those kind of things I'm not driven by. My moral compass is not moved by that. So I don't necessarily want to feel like that's the only predicated reason I have to rap. Well, I'm not popping and I don't got $1 million. I ain't blown up yet. Nah, there's still a message somebody will hear. Somebody will get. Even in my bars that might be talking the hardest shit, I might say a line in the shit that has something to do with being smart and being aware of your surroundings at all times. You get lessons in hip hop in the way that you may need it. You might not know it's received by that person and that you put them on to something. Hip hop put me on to a lot of shit, especially when you get to other genres as far as like other regions and other shit like that. Like, oh, okay, I know they lingo, or I know about this, or I know about this crew. They think, yeah, bro, my Wi-Fi
Don't get
probably
it. We
acting
good.
crazy. It might be
Hey,
me,
we
bro.
good. We good. We back to where we was before.
I don't know. It might be me. You heard?
No, in fact,
Am I still low type shit? Yeah. Bro. I don't know. I'm trying to remember. Like, yeah, man. It's. I definitely feel like I owe it to the people that still love making
right.
music but not trying to be commercial. I still definitely feel like I need to. I always get told like, yo, you inspire me to still want to
Indeed.
do it or to keep doing it or to do it again. You know what I mean? And yeah, I ain't 13 and I'm not rapping for 13-year-olds neither. You know what I mean? So, it got to be something for us. It got to be something in our taste category and shit. You know what I mean? As well, cause the younger motherfuckers they gonna get old too. Creator willing. You know what I mean? And one day
Yeah.
you don't want to just be predicating your art based off of its age. You know what I mean? So yeah, man. I gotta tell people,
One
yeah,
of the
I'm still an
questions I always
artist.
ask, or have been asking so far,
You know what I'm saying? I'm
which
still dope.
which
In fact, getting better.
platform do you feel helps you the best? Which social media
Getting better
platform has been the
at it,
most
bro.
beneficial to you on your journey so far?
So I honestly wanted it to be um, Instagram only because I liked the platform. So shout out to Instagram. But I've kind of like, you have your moments where you know what, Instagram rocking with me. You know what, and TikTok is jacking me today. But I think the most fulfilling platform that I've started to I guess gain more organic traction and I guess viewership that I appreciate is YouTube and just um sharing like a lot of my shorts and re-sharing different things and learning how the
It's talking
platform
good.
works from an organic space. Like I just I think I just crossed the 100,000 mark on YouTube. Like it ain't shit, but it's something. You know what I'm saying? That wasn't there before. Feel me? Um, and yeah, bro, I would say YouTube right now has been impressing me the most. as
I heard
far
you
as
just say something about the 100,000 and was saying that it's not
just
nothing.
organic
You kind of
stuff.
sound
But
like
I'm
me.
still
Do you
learning a
feel that
lot
it's
of
hard
things
to
about
appreciate your
how
wins
the whole
or take your
algorithm
successes?
and shit working. You know, I don't. I try not to get caught up in it.
Type shit.
I try not to get too caught up in it only because, being honest, if I pat myself too much, I'm gonna get comfortable, right? Like I try to post every day. I take the weekends off sometimes, most of the time, only to just not be programmed. But if I don't post daily, I find myself saying, fuck it. So I just try to like stay motivated in the realms of being consistent and not let it um blind me to think like I'm doing something, like, because it's something, bro, but I don't never, it's not my pinnacle. I don't never feel like, you know what I mean? I tell people all the time, all my peoples that know me, that I talk
Yeah,
to about rap
what you mean.
music, like
Yeah,
the day that I
yeah,
make
yeah, yeah.
my best song ever, there's no need for me to rap. You know what I mean? Like, I did it. I made my best. I can't do no better than this. You know what I mean? So, or I made my best album. As there ain't no getting better than this album that I made right here. Like, I can't do it no better than this. If once I get to that point, then I'm satisfied. You know what I'm saying? It's I am grateful. I I'm sure you probably can relate to, like, the most fulfilling part about it is when you come across people directly that
Yeah,
you may not necessarily know directly, but they
yeah.
engaged with your work, and it'd be like, yo, you motivated me, or yo, I thought that was
G shit.
amazing. You
G
know what I
shit.
mean? Like, and not on no glazing, but they genuinely like fuck with your shit. That's be the most fulfilling, and they always seem to come at the right time, right? You know what I mean, like, motherfucker be like, man, I'm done with this shit, and then you just get a random message or shit. Like, that's my motivation too. Like, people that really support. So shouts out
No, no, yeah,
to
yeah,
everybody
yeah.
that really support, shares,
Not the
comment.
ego.
Like,
Yeah,
those are
not the ego vibe.
motivators to me, and not on some like, yeah, niggas, look at them. They look, nah. Like, I don't view the people that fuck with my music as fans. Yeah, I don't. I look at it as like, okay, you are like mine, or something that you related to, or you fuck with, or that you was, you know,
Yeah, that's
inspired
the
by.
vibe. That's the vibe. I most definitely feel
That's
you
what
on
it's
that.
there for.
Especially when people
And back
genuinely go out
to
of
the
the way
point, like, I felt like I
to
haven't
say
made
something
my
for you.
best shit
Most
yet. So
definitely when it's
until then,
genuine, you can see
I'm
that it's
still
genuine.
trying to get better.
Um,
And you know how this indie world is, because if you ain't paying for your shit to be
it's funny
promoted, like,
last week when I
you
was talking to the
you
guy,
kind of see
that's what
how
I was explaining to him. He
the
was saying
tape
something to
get
me about
put
music, and I was
around
like,
you.
man,
Like,
the
yeah, you ain't
reality of it
going
is the way
around
the
me. You ain't going no
algorithm is
further
set up.
than this organically.
Out of those
You know what I mean?
3,000, they're only allowing you to get your views out to 1% of your viewers without doing the pay. I was like, because even the time that I paid, I've had 3,000 followers. I'm seeing that you're only letting it hit the 3,000. So I'm like, okay, you're just honestly keep catching the floodgate. I was like, so it really has no purpose unless you're promoting something that you are selling to even press that button for real. So even understanding the tools with it a lot of
You see
times is
what's
ignored.
going
And
on,
like you were saying with the successes, for me, I'm like, okay, I know I got 30. I got about 30 joints. I got about 30 joints going, look. And then they all got different lives. So people might be working. You might not. I know how I get with TikTok. I might only hit it on the weekend. This day that I'm bored or something. You know what I mean? I'm just checking it. So
right?
it's appreciating them though too. Because when I keep seeing them, I'm like, okay, this is the
Mm-hmm.
person. Okay, yeah, you're honestly listening. Okay, yeah, you're actually going through and it's a vibe. Because it's like somebody getting stuff from it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and it's almost like, yeah, like damn, I didn't feel like posting, but my mans and my peoples that always support is gonna be like, yo, so you kind of like,
Right.
not that you expect the applause, but you respect it. You know what I mean? You respect it in the sense to like, all right, let me do my due diligence and presenting content that I can make you stand behind. Or as you could say, yo, you gotta like, if you ever do put your word out there on my behalf, I want people that say, let me go find out what this nigga said, this nigga. And then you check for yourself and you be like, oh nah, I see what they were saying. That be my thing about doing my part. So I'm gonna just keep doing my part, bring it better, so that way when people that do speak of me highly, it's not in vain. It's not like, oh, your man ain't posting like 4 months, or your man ain't got a project out in 2 years. Like, how he the nicest? You know what I mean? So it's just about creating the work and the product, and then, you know what I'm saying, keep it forward. So for me, the tunnel vision is keep creating and to, until it's undeniable by the world. You know what I mean? And I'm not, hey, look at me. I'm the if you looking, you gonna see. You gonna have to put some shades on. You gonna have, because this nigga is shining. Oh shit, this motherfucker got. Oh, this motherfucker doing, and he doing the shit by himself, and he doing his own beats, and this nigga editing his own shit, and this nigga keep got more, and he doing shit for other people, and he still rapping on other people beats, and this motherfucker still do collabs with people. Oh
Yeah.
this nigga really mean it, and that's all. I want to show people I really mean this shit. Like, on top of the fact, like, I'm nice. You know what I'm saying? I'm good, real good. You know what I mean? And that's my motivation, bro. And like, I to add to your point too, like when you brought that up about how they kind of bar cap you even with your organic followers and viewership. It's people that's outside of this space that have no clue about that. So they already have a preconceived notion on what's successful and what's not, based off of statistics and stats and views and, well, this rotation or on this platform that you actually got to pay to be on. It seems like most people are paid for hire. And
You
we
put
are
value on
all
it.
being programmed to be a paid service. We are all programmed. I admit it. I know it. Like, people don't seem to take you serious unless you selling something, right? Like, and I don't necessarily, like, I'm not for sale personally. You know what I mean? But I'm making quality product. You know what I mean? So I'm just in a space where, like, when I feel like I want to sell something, I'll sell it. Right now, just peep the dopeness. You know what I'm saying? Peep me be fly. Peep me say some fly shit. Or, you know what I'm saying? Support my movement. Oh, see what I'm going. Be a part of the journey. I'm like, like, a lot of times as a song is it's a line. Joe Button and Lloyd Banks, they got this song. I forgot the name of it, but the nigga Joe said a line where he said, "We either hustling to do it or hustling excuses." And that one line, I caught it, and that's more layered than just
Yeah.
being an entertainer artist. Niggas in life either hustle to make it happen or hustling the excuses of why it's not happening. You know what I mean? So fuck all that excuses shit. Fuck all that. Well, they stomping me and they keeping me down. Nah, I'm gonna still be great, whether it's 5 or 5,000. You know what I'm saying? I'ma just be great. Like being the culture that we come from and that we revere. The niggas with the big shoelaces and rubber band gold chains. I don't think they would have stopped if people weren't looking. That was their bag. That was they. I don't think the breakdancers would have stopped breakdancing if people didn't form circles around them. That's just what they did. That was something that niggas did. You know what I mean? So it's not all solely about just being an entertainer. It's also about the fruit of it, like what you know, what's producing it out of it for you. And I always want to stay grounded in that realm. Like, and I feel like once I got out of thinking like the program, I got more done. I got more done. I accomplished more. And it's nothing like being able to stand by your work as opposed to just feeling like I did it, but that's not what I really believe. You know what I'm saying? That's not what I really feel. Like, you know, I did the shit, but I don't really believe that. You know what I mean? Nah. This work that I put in, this brand, this time and equity that I put in, yeah, I can stand by it. And you can see it without me telling you that. You know what I mean? That's where the self-fulfillment part comes out of it. So I always, even within praises from others, I always want to make sure I'm still getting something out of it. You know what I mean? That's the goal, man. Just keep growing, bro. I'm over this weekend. I got like 3 verses I'm trying to record. I kind of like was able to get the penmanship craft down of one of my joints. And now it's like other 2 joints I'm working on because I got this project that I'm trying to put out at the end of this month, the 28th, called Dark Sands. It's a lot of joints that I have already in the tuck, but I found a new way, like working with my distribution, that how I can actually upload the project and then just kind of craft it before I hit the release button. You know what I'm saying? So you know what? As I'm listening to it, as I go about my day, you know what? This song needs to go third. This, oh, you know what? This probably, I had this at the second song, but that probably needs to go at the end because that's going to make sense with the story. And then, you know, I just kind of like how I'm still learning this process as well. So by the time the creative wills, if I get 5 people that say, K, we believe in you, we could take this to the moon. I get a manager, distributor, whatever the fuck, you know what I'm saying? Like, I want to be able to have it like, okay, here's the playbook. Here's the playbook. This is how boom, boom, and bring something to the table as opposed to just a fork. I tell my people that all the time. I try to always come with more than just an empty plate looking to feed. Like I'm coming to also add to the equation. So that's always my process, like moving forward, like fucking with K, I wanted to be unquestioned my value. And I don't mean monetary either. I mean like to the big picture, like what he knows how to do X, Y, Z, and he's the best at this. We need him, or we need to fuck with him, you know, type shit. So yeah, bro, I'm chasing greatness. The bag will follow and all of that good shit. Yeah. But I'm chasing greatness. That's in front. I can't wait for this project to come out, bro. I feel really good about it, man. Third project of me doing a full production. I'm gonna probably have couple of my man's beats on there, because I still work with other people. Like, you know, I've been doing this forever. So sometimes, you know, hearing other people's productions, you get inspired as well. I got a couple projects in the making. Shouts out to Trauma Beats. Shouts out to Rado Beats. Shouts out to my man Kofi Bucho.
Yeah.
It's a lot of things in the making too, bro. I just, you know, pace myself and you know, just work on the catalog. I want my catalog to be impeccable when it's all said and done. Like, you know, like, oh, you ain't heard him? Oh, you ain't heard about his music? You know how it be when you put somebody on to somebody that get busy for the first time and you hit them with the, what? You never heard of Nas? Or what? You never heard of this dude? Let me show you. This motherfucker got. What you want? What? You never heard Pac album? What? Yo, hold on. You never heard what Fab albums? Fab mixtapes? Oh, what? Hold up. You never heard of Criminal? Hold up.
How do you say your name?
You know what I mean? So I want people to have that kind of vibe when you say, oh, I'm gonna put you on to somebody. You looking for
Okay.
I got a guy for you. So it's enunciated desert, like the desert sand. So I spelled it that way. And because, of course, spelling it like the way you say it is too close to dessert, right? And I've come from the battle rap place too. So I used to battle motherfuckers
when you
and
say it,
have to deal with
look,
that.
every time I'm reading it, I'm like, I know he
way
doesn't
of
say
it
it like
spelling,
that.
I kind of
There's
try
no
to
way
spell
he
it the way
said
I say
desert.
it. You know what I mean?
And
So
sure enough, when you
desert,
say desert, yeah, that hits different.
I spell it the way